All right. I want to talk to you today about the hidden cost of buying a home or refinancing. Well, I don't really think they're hidden. I think they're all out in the open. You just need to know where to look. Okay. One factor that would be hidden if you're not talking to LendingMan and you don't know to look at it is your credit. And we just got done talking about that. What is your goal, your goal here? The higher a credit score you get, the more you can borrow or the less money it costs you to borrow that dollar amount. So that would be a hidden cost if you do not know what your credit is and you just go in blind. Okay, it's hidden because you don't know. If you don't know what your credit score is, if you haven't talked about to a lender before going to try to make any offers, if you have not started with the bank or with the lender before you even shop for a home, that is a not very wise decision. Okay, because you might go in and put an offer on a home, not knowing what your credit is like, and you get approved for a loan, not knowing what your credit is like, but because you don't know your credit, maybe you're not negotiating with the right lender for the best terms, or you don't know what your credit score is, so you are kind of going in blind. And I'm not saying all lenders do this, but some lenders might tell you that your credit is good when in reality it's great. So you might have a really great credit score, but they tell you just have a marginal credit score and you end up having a higher interest rate because you don't know. That would be a hidden cost, right? I'm not saying every lender is going to do the right thing, even though credit scores are disclosed. It's just on a disclosure. You might sign it in a disclosure with the other 30, 40 pieces of paper you're signed and not even know where to look. So legally, they've disclosed your credit score, but because you don't know, you didn't look. Because you didn't look, you don't know, right? And since you don't know, you end up with a worse deal than what you could have gotten. When you deal with LendingMan, we take all of that out because we're full disclosure of all of these things. We want to help you. That's my role. I've made more than enough of my money in my career and have plenty of assets. I want to help you. That's what LendingMan's all about. I want to use my time, my energy. I want to educate you, and I want to use all of my experiences, all of my customers. I have so many stories that I can tell you because this is all I have done since the 90s, since 1997. I've helped thousands and thousands of people, and I want to help you. So I hope that answers the question is what is some of the hidden costs. If I had to guess on what another hidden cost would be, I would think it would be something involving the property. And my answer is always go get a structural review of the property by getting a home inspection. And a home inspector has to have a license. So get a licensed home inspector, spend the $400-500 that it costs while you're in escrow. Don't get cheap. You end up buying a home with a hole in the roof. The gutters are falling down. The soffit's messed up. The squirrels are getting in. If you can't visually see it, it's hidden. Pay for the home inspection. Now it's all in writing to you. That home inspector is on your side. You're paying them. They represent you. They're going to give you a full write-up of all the mechanical issues, all of the structural issues, all of the cosmetic issues within that home. The lighting, the electrical, the windows, the roof, the gutters, the flooring, the appliances, the outlets. Every single thing is going to show in a home inspection. And if you don't get one, certainly there's all kinds of items that are hidden. Other items that could potentially be hidden would maybe be concealed by the seller. There is a transfer disclosure that most states require a seller to sign. So you certainly need to make sure you speak to your agent to look at this transfer disclosure and get it in your hands and you review this while you're in the contingency period of your offer if your offer is accepted. It's at that time for you to find all the positives and the negatives out. Okay? So I hope that answers your question. Who's your lending man?